Okay, what's up everybody? So Bisq just updated to version 1.5.9 and they've shout out to the devs who were able to put out this pretty sweet interface for analyzing the Bisq and BSQ and trade volumes and BSQ price and stuff. So I just wanted to make a video of going through what the new interface looks like that allows for slightly better analysis than there was before. So let me shrink myself. It's pretty cool because there was already a little bit of information under the facts and figures tab, but it wasn't very detailed, and this is a little bit more detailed and a little bit more thorough, and it looks pretty cool. I like the blue colors. So let me just shrink down some more. Okay, that should be good. Alright, so let's just take a look at this. Current price of BSQ is 4,831 Satoshis with a 30-day average of 4,811, 90-day average of 4,933 sats. But if you want to look at the USD price, BSQ is up in USD value. Historically, if we go down here, by the way, the 30-day average for USD BSQ is $2.44. The 90-day average is $2.07 per BSQ. So we scroll a little bit down, we can see the chart of the BSQ price, which is pretty sweet. I think it looks cool as shit, especially since you can take this bar right here where you see my cursor, and you can shrink down to the time frame that you want. So let's just look at 2021, starting in January. Let's get to January. Is that right? Yeah, sure, close enough. December. Yeah, so BSQ has been actually rising in USD value, according to this chart. You could hover over one of these little nodes, I think, and you should get a pop-up. Yeah, there you go. Hover over it, wait a second, and you can pop up $2.77 on January 12th. If you don't see those little nodes, I think I don't know if you get pop-ups like that because it's too broad. Can't really pinpoint. Let me try. Yeah, so this is like a more macro chart. But yeah, I actually like this time frame. Let's look at April, May, June, July. Something like that. I think, yeah, the Dow launched. You can go all the way back to when the Dow launched around February 2019. Really speculative in the beginning. Pretty steady with some dips and rises over time. And then I know these massive spikes that you see right here are a result of illiquidity. So if somebody buys even the smallest amount of BSQ, you're going to see giant spikes like that. It doesn't hold. Let me see. We can't look at the volume, can we? I think we do have options to look at trade volume. So, oh yeah, this is trade volume in total Bitcoin and USD value, not just BSQ. So, trade volume USD, trade volume in Bitcoin. Yeah, these tabs are pretty sweet. You can look in either Bitcoin volume or USD volume. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Damn, look at all that volume in January. That was one of the crazier months for Bisq volume. And of course, at the very bottom, you have total trade volumes, numbers, just raw numbers you can look at. 17,000 Bitcoin total trade volume. Pretty cool. So yeah, that is the dashboard under facts and figures. I think they've added a little bit more. Let's check the BSQ supply. Yeah, this screen you'll be able to. Yeah, this is just straight BSQ numbers. In terms of BSQ supply. So you have these little toggles down here, So we can see the total amount of issued BSQ. Unfortunately, it's on the rise, which just means that you have to burn more. So that's what the blue line means. And then you can compare it to the total burned BSQ. Not looking so good. But as we all know, BSQ is pretty illiquid, and I attribute that to its lack of awareness. The lack of knowledge about BSQ, can you believe that some people don't really even know it exists or how to buy it? And I will, if I haven't already, I should have a video on how to buy BSQ, because literally some people just don't know how to do it or if it even exists. And this was done deliberately on the part of the devs because they don't want Bisq to be like, look, come buy my shitcoin, even though it's actual real colored Bitcoin. They deliberately. I honestly think I actually made a mock-up and posted it on GitHub and in the groups. But I think the BSQ, how much BSQ you should have, should be a number right smack dab on the front of the interface. Like, I honestly believe it should just be there for as a small advertisement. But if you look at the Ethereum dexes, the AMM dexes, they all have like their own token, their native token, right on the front of the interface, so you can see how much you have in your wallet. And I think BSQ should be the same. Like, it should just be right next to. It should be at the top bar, just obviously shouting, "Hey, this is how much BSQ you have." Because people still don't realize that you have to go and make an altcoin account for it. It's treated as any other altcoin, so you have to go dig for it. Yeah, so it's deliberately not clear because Bisq doesn't want to come off as, hey, buy my shitcoin. I get it, but if you want to burn BSQ, you've got to bring awareness. That's just my 2 cents on the matter. But anyways, let's keep looking at this. Yeah, pretty sweet toggles here. Total issued versus total burnt. Of course, the more Bisq grows, the more will be burnt. You can also look at the requests, how much BSQ has been issued through compensation requests. Now comparing that to the total amount of issued BSQ, I wonder. Other than the Genesis transaction, I don't know how else you would issue BSQ. So I am a little bit confused on the difference between the total issued BSQ versus compensation requests. Oh, okay. It's probably the reimbursement requests. Yeah. Yeah. So when things go awry in your trade, yeah, there are certain situations in which you would want to be reimbursed if your trade went awry. Normally, if, let's say, you're buying BSQ, no, you're just buying Bitcoin, and the seller goes quiet, or they claim that you haven't sent the funds, and then you prove that you sent the funds, and then the seller is out of luck. The seller loses his security deposit to you, and you also get rewarded the Bitcoin that you were buying. Not really a reward because you bought it, but you're also getting his security deposit, most likely. I forget which situations might merit a reimbursement request. Yeah, it's not good to see reimbursement requests go up a whole lot like this. And I have more questions about what that actually means. Why? Because you see the reimbursement requests look very similar to the total issued BSQ, if you look at that shape. So a lot of the issued BSQ is coming from reimbursement requests. I didn't realize that. It's very interesting. I want to look more into that. So looking at the other toggles, BSQ burned as trade fees. That's what the yellow is. I love all these colors. But the trade fees, yeah. So, wow. January was the most profitable month for BSQ so far. That's when Bitcoin was surging. Let's look at the volume for January. January was fucking crazy. I'm sure the Bisq contributors were very happy. Trade volume went to fucking above 5 million USD. Wow. That is quite a few Bitcoin. That's 150 Bitcoin in January. Pretty cool. Anyways, looking at the supply, and of course you have the proof of burn. So let's turn off total burned BSQ. Just look at proof of burn. So the proof of burn is how much BSQ has been burnt using the proof of burn function over in this tab. It says asset listing / proof of burn. So what the Burning Man will do, if you guys don't know what the Burning Man does, he also is in control of the donation address, or maybe addresses. But for the people who are paying trade fees in Bitcoin, he will take that Bitcoin and he will buy BSQ on the open market and he'll burn it. He will then use his proof. He'll use his proof of burn function, and with this screen, you can burn it, and you'll have a proof of burn entry. Like you can see here, 55,000 BSQ was burnt on the 27th. 102,000 BSQ was burnt. And you can go and verify this if the Burning Man were to say, hey, here is my signature to prove that I went and burned these BSQ. So what you do is click verify. You take his signed message, paste it in there, and then verify it to see if that was actually him. And this is a way we can verify that the Burning Man is indeed burning BSQ. Anybody can go and burn BSQ. Don't know why you would really want to, other than if you're the Burning Man and you're getting compensated for doing that role. But there have been other proposals. Like I was talking with a couple contributors about how we can increase trust in that new Buy Bitcoin group on Keybase. And maybe, well, an idea that they really liked was using this proof of burn function. Say I burn like 1,000 BSQ, and I can then ask for that back later as a reimbursement or compensation request, probably reimbursement. But that would increase it would be sort of a bond to increase my trust as a Bitcoin seller in the Keybase. And that was an experiment that is going on the Bisq Keybase channel. If you don't have enough funds to pay your first Bisq security deposit, you can go and reach out to that channel and be like, hey, I want to buy my first Bitcoin to pay my first security deposit. And it would be entirely off the Bisq trade protocol. And so it's basically to increase trust as a seller. We were talking about potentially using this proof of burn function to be like, hey, I burned BSQ, and if I do anything wrong, you can be like, hey, don't reimburse this guy his BSQ because he never sent me the Bitcoin. So that's another use for proof of burn. We haven't solidified that yet, but honestly, I like the idea. What I don't like is having to go buy BSQ right now and just sell it, because BSQ is going down in Satoshi price, and I eventually want to get the Bitcoin back for the BSQ. So I'm not crazy about just selling Bitcoin right now because Bitcoin's going up, and I don't really feel cool just buying it to burn it, even though I'll get it back. I just don't want to lose Bitcoin value since BSQ is pretty illiquid. It's pretty volatile. That's just my 2 cents on that matter. But hey, that was the proof of burn function. Just a quick overview. Anyways, getting off track here. Let's go back to facts and figures. The sweet charts. So yeah, you can play with these toggles. Look at compensation requests, BSQ trade fees, proof of burn, reimbursement requests, all that cool stuff. Now, scrolling down more, you just get the raw numbers for the amount of issued BSQ at the Genesis transaction, for compensation requests, and BSQ issued for reimbursement requests. So BSQ issued with compensation requests is about 1,244,000. BSQ issued for reimbursement, total of 922,000. BSQ burnt as trade fees, 304,000 BSQ. As the proof of burn, there has been burnt 1,175,000. That is all from the Burning Man, I'm assuming. Which Bisq needs to get rid of because it is kind of a centralized weakness. It's not going to make or break Bisq as an application. It would just cause... There's too much trust in terms of being a contributor and getting compensated with that Bitcoin. Global state of BSQ locked in bonds. There's a multitude of reasons why you would want a bond. There are bonded roles, so you can't perform certain roles for Bisq unless you have put up a bond in BSQ. So locked up in bonds, 455,000. There are 45,000 unlocking from BSQ bonds. I guess that I don't know what time frame that means or when they're going to be unlocked, but there's 45,000 unlocking. And 0 BSQ has been confiscated. Congratulations to everybody who are performing their roles as they should, with no foul play. I wonder when somebody will get their BSQ confiscated. Alright, and I think that might be it for the new edition of the facts and figures page. So now you can get some pretty good overview of Bisq as an exchange volume, or as an exchange, as well as information on BSQ, the price, and the state of the DAO. Appreciate you guys watching, and stay tuned for other videos. I will now show you how to buy BSQ, so keep an eye out for that video. Thanks.